This is Mr. Best with the MMA Manor. I'm here at London Shootfighters. I'm here with Amir Albazi, the Prince.
Yes.
We just got the news, was it a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, confirming that you're going to be fighting in Manila.
Yes.
At Brave Combat Federation against Jose Shorty Torres.
Yes.
So first of all, how are you feeling about this fight?
I'm feeling good. For me, it's just another fight on the line. That just another person I need to go through. But I also respect his skills. You know what he's got. But I know in the end of the day, I'm gonna come out as a winner.
How quickly did this fight come about? Is this something that has been in the works for a while, or was it quite a quick turnaround?
A little bit of both, to be honest. Like for most people that know that I used to fight in Bellator before, but the problem with Bellator that they don't have a flyweight title per se. So for me, I like shiny things, I like belts, I like medals, so I'm looking more for something like that. So I decided, me and my managers from Paradigm decided to go with Brave as it looked good, and I like the show myself. I like how they treat their fighters, and I also like to showcase my skill all over the world.
Yeah. I mean, you've also fought at 135 before, right?
Yes.
Is it your preference to fight at 125, or it doesn't really matter to you?
So I had actually 9 fights in 135 in bantamweight, and I won all of them by submission or TKO, so it went good. But I feel more comfortable and more. Flyweight is more my weight class.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there is where I belong, because to be honest, in bantamweight I didn't really cut weight. Like I go around 62, 63. So I was always smaller than the other guys, you know. And most people cut from 70 to 61, you know. So I didn't want to give size advantage away. I knew I could make flyweight, so I was just waiting for a big fight like Bellator to make that cut.
Okay, fair enough. Let's speak about your opponent for a second. Jose Shorty Torres, obviously two-weight champion at Titan FC, had a short spell in the UFC. Do you see this as a step up in competition compared to the previous opponents?
To be honest, I don't look into my opponent that much. You know, I go in and do more my thing, you know. And every opponent is the same thing. Everyone have this special thing, this, that, this. Of course, he competed, he have experience, you know, so it's always a step up. So, but I'm more than ready for it. I've been ready for a long time. I'm not new to this game either, you know, so I'm ready to take what's mine, what I've been waiting for the whole time. It's actually good opponents and good fights. That's what I'm looking for.
In terms of Brave, do they, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't currently have a 125 title, do they?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But
so, that leads me to my question. So, was there any conversation with the owners in regards to the future for the 125s?
Yes. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost 90% sure that they're gonna have a flyweight title. So that's what I'm fighting there for. So I'm looking to go in there and take that title, because I know it belongs to me at the end of the day. I know, I can feel it.
Do you feel like whoever wins this fight is definitely going to be getting the title shot when they do announce?
You know, it's very hard. It's very hard. But I know both me and him is highly ranked in flyweight. So this fight just gonna be to see who's better. But I don't know who they have in the roster. You know, it's my first fight in Brave, so I'm just going in there and taking fight by fight.
So, I mean, the fight itself is going to be taking place in Manila. Have you ever visited before?
Never been in Manila, just heard about Thriller in Manila. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I mean, so are you going to be traveling there on fight week, or are you going to go there in advance of fight week to like acclimatize?
No, I'm gonna go there on fight week, early fight week, approximately a week before.
Yeah.
To just adjust then, you know, and just go into a fight. For me, it doesn't matter if I fight in Philippines or in, you know, in the Middle East or up in Antarctica. I don't really care, you know. I know in the end of the day, you put the prince in a cage, the prince performs. That's it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, so speaking about the 125 division, so obviously nobody knows quite what is happening with the 125 division in the UFC, and we've seen a few fighters elsewhere that have adjusted their plans, shall we say, because of the possible closure of the 125 division. Does that have any impact on where you want to fight in the future, or as far as you're concerned, you're going to stick at 125 regardless of what happens in the UFC?
Yeah, of course. Like, it moves a lot of things around for us flyweights. You know, like all of a sudden everyone had their eyes on the UFC, and then all of a sudden they say, now we're not doing that weight class.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone's looking everywhere else, you know. But to be honest, like, UFC for me was the biggest goal before, but now lately it's quite different. UFC looks different today what it did 4 or 5 years ago, you know. Now it's a lot more shows. It's not the same charm as it had for me personally as before. So now if I fight in the UFC or not doesn't really matter for me. Before it did. I can honestly say it did. I really wanted to be there. But now how I see how it turned out, I'm not, and I can see how, for example, shows like Brave treat their fighters. So I'm happy with Brave, you know. I'm more looking for someone who can actually treat the fighters for what they are, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. So Brave, your contract with them, is it just for this one fight, or did you?
No, this multi-fight contract.
Multi-fight.
Yeah, so you're gonna see me in Brave again.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I mean, you've got obviously MVP fighting. I guess tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow. Today's Friday, isn't it? Yeah. So fighting tomorrow. What has it been, or how has it felt in the gym over the last few weeks? Obviously, him leading into that fight.
Man, the atmosphere has just been crazy, you know, just hard work. We have a lot of people fighting, you know. Alfie Davis is fighting, Michael Venom Page is fighting, Norbert maybe have a fight soon. We have guys like Javed and Farid Bashra, loads of names here in this gym that are just storming out. So the training been both hard, but, you know, the energy feeds off each other. So, you know, seeing MVP like doing his last, you know, training session, see how hard he push, and you know, just motivates you even more to push, you know, and go and get the same results.
Of course.
So it's like a competitiveness, but in a good way.
Okay, now going back a bit now, how did you initially get into MMA?
Oh, that's a long one. But to be honest, I came, so basically I was born in Iraq. I was born in Iraq, Baghdad, and we had to flee the country. So at the age of, I think I was 6 or 7, I just woke up one night and just, I remember my mother pulled us out, telling me we gotta sit in a taxi and leave. We left and I haven't looked back. I ended up in Kurdistan for half a year, you know, a lot of bullying because I'm Kurdish and I can't speak Kurdish, I only speak Arabic, so they saw me as like a hostile, you know. Ended up a lot of street fights there. Moved to Syria after that for 1.5 years, same thing, you know, like they didn't really like Iraq, like was a lot of hostileness, you know. Got into a lot of fights there, then moved to Sweden. Even worse, I couldn't speak the language, you know. So you sit in a class, you see, you know that guy is making fun of you, but you don't understand, you know. So my only answer was these two. That's the only thing I could do something with, you know. So I started getting in trouble, started getting into fights a lot. And one day, just by chance looked at Eurosport on television. I couldn't sleep. So I see MMA. I didn't really understand it, but it looked rough.
Yeah.
It looked really rough. It was the UFC Unleashed. I'm never gonna forget.
Oh, okay.
UFC Unleashed on Eurosport.
Yeah.
I watched that. I'm like, shit, that is something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn how to protect myself, because one of those fights, I got slapped.
Yeah.
I got slapped and I felt hopeless.
Yeah.
I said, no, I need to learn how to fight. The next day I Googled, looked up the cheapest gym.
Yeah.
The cheapest gym in Stockholm, Sweden. I just started training there non-stop. Like jiu-jitsu 3 times a week, MMA 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And kept on, did more jiu-jitsu back there. And start competing and winning and never looked back, man.
Okay. And how did you and your family end up in the UK from Sweden, or was it just you that traveled?
Actually, at the age of 15, my family moved here. But I decided to stay with my older brother in Sweden. So we stayed there until the age of, I think, 18, 19. So I was living alone and training full time, competing for the Swedish national team, going all over the world and compete. So I wanted to stick there. But then after I did a lot of jiu-jitsu and grappling, I wanted to do something else, do something new. So I decided to pursue MMA, which what I wanted to do in the beginning, but I couldn't because I was too young.
Of course, yeah.
So I decided, I started training MMA, but I looked at gyms in London. So I found London Shoot, and from the day I came in here, it was old school, rough, exactly how I like it. So I felt straight away that this gym is something for me, and been here for 6 years now. So happy that I found this gym straight away.
Fantastic. That's a fantastic story. Okay, so for anybody that hasn't seen any of your fights before, how would you describe your style?
Like how I feel going into a fight. I just feel like a hungry lion coming to eat you in every different way. If it's standing up on the ground, but in a technical manner. Yeah,
okay, I like that. Alright, so final question. After this fight, what can we expect from you this year? Do you roughly how many fights are you looking to get in this year?
So the thing with the flyweight as well, it's not so many flyweights, so it's hard to get in fights. A lot of people ask me, why don't you fight more often? I wish, but there's not a lot of people that weigh 57 kilos, If I don't go to Asia, where it's a lot easier, but hopefully, if I'm injury free, I'm hoping to get at least 3 fights out this year. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much for this, man. Really appreciate it, and good luck. Hopefully, we'll get to speak to you once more before the fight.
Definitely. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks.